What's up, guys? Welcome to 𝙄𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙬 podcast, interview 37. And this Wednesday, I got the legend, the myth himself, the Mr. Lake Man. Dude, Ruben, thank you for coming on, bro. For real, dog. It's been beautiful, man. And like, bro, we go way back, bro. We were talking about it before the interview, FEBC days, and you know, like, I want to dig more about, like, you know, in that time period. But dude, thank you for coming on, bro. It means a lot. We've been waiting for a while, man. Dude, how you been? You been good?
I've been busy.
Yeah, you're busy, bro. I like this, bro. You got a book already. He just dropped this book. When did this book drop?
That one dropped like maybe 2020, 21-ish.
Yeah, man. And it takes time, bro. It's not like books actually take more time than making music, than making, you know, just simple things, content and stuff. So, dude, congratulations on that. Let's start off from the beginning, though, man. I don't know if you ever watched the interviews, but we start off from when you're born to, like, you know, presently. So where were you raised at? Like, where were you born and stuff?
Okay, that's why I represent the Bay. You know what I'm saying? The Bay Area.
Okay.
But I was born in the Bay, you know, Oakland, California. You know, I'm a 90s baby. Okay. Gemini, if anybody liked the Zodiac stuff. Yeah. So
So you're a big, like, Zodiac person?
Well, yes and no. Like, yeah, I guess you can say I am. You know, like I had to relearn a lot of things, and so I'm just like, why not? You know, it's like everybody talks about it, so let me see what they're talking about.
Right. That's cool though, man. So like, you were born in Oakland and stuff like that. What brought you in South Carolina?
My father, he was in the military. He's a retired veteran, you know, but he was in the Navy, and then he shot out there to California, whatnot, and then when he was stationed in Oakland, he met my mom, and so the rest is history.
And you got a good bit of family too, right? Like siblings. You said 5, right?
Yes, I have like it's a lot of us, so I have to remember. You know, I have 5 brothers and 1 sister.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So what was that like growing up, being like that? Like, are y'all all the same age? And I don't want to dig too much about it, but you know what I mean. That a lot of people don't have that many siblings. Some don't have none at all.
Exactly. You know, and it's a blessing to have, you know, my brothers and that many siblings, including my sister. And, you know, we're all around the same age. The oldest is like 42. And what's the day? The 20th? So his birthday is in 2 days. So we're about to shoot to Vegas. And,
let's go.
Heck yeah.
You ever been to Vegas?
Yes, I have. But check this out. The funny thing about Vegas and the most interesting thing about the Raiders is, I was born in Oakland, you know, that's where the Raiders was at, so I always represent that, you know, but they moved to Las Vegas, right? And so the interesting thing about Vegas is my mom's family, because she was raised without knowing her father, and so we just recently found them on the little Ancestry.com website.
Oh, wow, I've done that too. Yeah, that thing's real. So you believe in it? Like, you think you legit...
What do you mean,
like, do you think it's actually real? Like, some people wouldn't do it because it's like $100 to buy, I think.
Right.
So, like, do you think it's worth $100?
I believe it was worth it at the time because my mom didn't know who her father was. She just had a name. And so I was like, well, let me do my due diligence and then go and just pay this little bit of, well, I'm going to say a little bit of money, but like sacrifice this $100 real quick, but it has a cost, you know, and so that little investment transformed into something way bigger down the line. And so my mom was able to meet her father. We was able to meet our family in Vegas. They was like, yeah, man, we're Blackfoot Indians too, man, so don't ever let, you know. I was like, what? Blackfoot Indian? I didn't know this.
Right.
You know?
So, What is Blackfoot Indian? What is that?
It's a Native American tribe, you know, and so.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of it? You know, people, a lot of people hear Cherokee and Choctaw and, you know, Lumbee. Yeah, but the Blackfoot is in me, so I was like, no wonder I keep a hatchet in my bag.
You felt it in you.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I always keep a hatchet in my bag, and now I know why.
I don't blame you though, man. It's a crazy world out here.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to, like, you know, not like backtrack, but like, so what was like middle school and high school like for you, especially with 5 siblings? Because that means you're always protected. 5 brothers.
Yeah, you know what?
Or 4 brothers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 5. It's 5 brothers. Well, wait. See, I get confused.
No,
too.
you're
It's
good.
5 of us. It's Mario, Jazz, Tony, Avery, Lorenzo.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 5 brothers, you know, and but it was interesting. I was always the one that learned from their mistakes, you know. So they would do this. I see they would get in trouble. I'm like, you know, I ain't about to do that. I'm gonna just do something else, you know. And so that's what I've always done in order to stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
and I love learning, man. I love reading. I love writing. Well, this was back in the day, you know. And so I was in this class. It was creative writing class. And so as soon as we walked through the door, the lady's like, you got to write a whole page of something, whatever's on your mind, and imagination, you know, that type of stuff. And that's when I'm like, yo, I can do this. I can write a whole page. And like, after that, I just said, forget it, because I didn't like English, you know, like the English language, all the tricks of the letters and stuff, like the F sound. You can make an F or you can get a PH, and it's like, you know, how does a PH, you know, but so there's so many different things that we
So what age period was this? Like when you were like starting to write and stuff?
Like these books,
or just in general. Like I was just trying to recap what you were saying. Like what age was that?
I couldn't really tell you the age. It was middle school, like 7th grade.
Which is cool, because if you stick with, and not saying you haven't, but if you would have stuck with just writing from there to the end, it's like you would probably have like 10 books.
I know,
you know?
Don't remind me.
Yeah, no, not like that, but you know what I mean. It's just crazy because a lot of people don't realize it. But if you start with something at a young age and you stick with it, dude, the growth is crazy. But,
exactly.
So like, what high school and stuff did you go to?
After Greg, I went to Somerville High School.
Wow.
Heck yeah. So,
how was that? Did you like it?
Hey, I loved it. I loved it. Like I said, I was always around family, because excluding my brothers and all that, I have a whole bunch of cousins too. So it's like we one little tribe. The whole Somerville is us. Actually, like, think about this, and I think about it a lot. You know, like, how the heck did? Okay, my last name is Oliver, but my family's name is Ladson. So you got Ladson, South Carolina, right there. You got Ladson Road. You got Middleton Plantation, and you know, Middleton's in my family as well. So I'm just like, yo, maybe my family's been here, you know,
before everybody.
I'm just saying, hey, I'm just saying, you know. And, so,
and I definitely believe it. I mean, you got it in you.
I mean, we got the land, you know, that my ancestor bought a long time ago. But it's like, how the heck you buy all this land in the South as a black man? Yeah. You know, this is like not only this plot, but in Pine.
Have you ever dug into that, like to go more in depth, or you just have like shook it off? I'm not saying shake it off, but you know what I mean. Like you can't do much about it now.
I've done the Ancestry.com thing. You know, that was another reason, because I can only go back so far, and so I didn't really get much farther than the lady named Janie Sweetwine, and so I guess she's from Mississippi or something. So I'm like, Sweetwine.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. What kind of name is that?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So, I mean, that could be a Native American, something, you know, like a person who drinks nothing but sweet wine, and so the colonizers came in, or not colonizers, but you know, people came in and was like, okay, sweet wine, that's what you're drinking, that's going to be your last name.
Yeah, right.
You know, just giving people
just how
like
it is. Yeah. A lot of people don't believe it, or we just don't think about it, but it's just how it is. So like after, you know, high school and stuff like that, you went into the military, right, and stuff. So how was that? Like, where did you first get deployed and stuff, and what were you doing in the military?
In the military, I joined right after high school, so in 2008.
Okay.
After that,
whole different time period.
Oh, for real, man.
Whole different time period.
For real.
Holy cow.
Man, don't remind me.
That's crazy. No, but it's like 2008, 2023. Yeah, that's like, dude, that's phones weren't even like
it is now.
Yeah, like
the flip phones was a major thing. You know, I like the razors and stuff. Like
chocolate.
Throw
way back.
Man, but
how was the military? Like, what'd you do? Were you like on like combat or?
I was a military police or whatever, you know, dang on. I did a lot of cool stuff, you know. I wasn't just like a regular MP, you know. I did border patrol over there in Arizona on the dang on 4-wheelers and stuff.
How was that? Was that like something you try to remember, or is it something you try to like, you know, forget?
I mean, but it was fun, you know, like doing border patrol stuff was interesting because I never thought that I'd be riding 4-wheelers in the canyons of Arizona. You know what
guarding
I mean?
the border.
Well, not necessarily. Kind of guarding the border, but not really. Yeah, we worked alongside the real border. I don't want to say the real border patrol, but like the border patrol that you see on TV. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, because my job whenever I was in Arizona was force protection. I was on the SWAT team. Well, it's equivalent to the SWAT. It's called Special Reaction Team. That's what I was on. And so
that sounds scary.
And it's equivalent to the SWAT that you see in New York or any other place, you know. But we had a lot of fun training, is what I'd say.
Where'd you like go the most? Like, or where'd you travel to the most when you're in the military?
Like,
did you go to Arizona the most, or did you go to like where'd you go?
For the let's see. Okay, so my first duty station was North Carolina in Fort Bragg, and then I got shipped to Baghdad, Iraq. But the weird thing is, we deployed on old orders, and so whenever we got there to Iraq, it was like, who are y'all? And it was like, we're the 108th MP Company, Airborne Air Assault. And it was like, we don't have y'all here on the roster. We don't have a mission for y'all. And so it was basically jacked up, you know. But we ain't going to go into that.
We don't have to.
But
is that when you like called quits of the military and stuff?
Nah, I called it quits after an incident occurred in Arizona, and so that's when I was like, if I'm unable to do this, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this disability and you know, be on my way.
Right.
And so,
was there anything that you would want to say you've learned the most being in the military, even for people that, you know, thought about joining the military? Not in a negative way. I'm not trying to say that, but just like the truth. Like, what do you feel like how you could help someone's decision on joining the military?
Well, I believe that you can develop a trade in the military, you know. So if you want to be an electrician, go in the military, you know, learn about it or whatnot, blah blah blah. Get to experience the world, you know, just experience what the military has to offer. That's what I would think back then, you know, because times is always changing, all this war stuff. So I joined whenever on that war stuff popped off and everything. And so,
were you scared?
Nah, I wasn't scared.
Not like scared to, you know, but were you just like, dang, this is it? Like, I don't know how it's going to feel. I've never got a chance to ask anybody that. Cause
like, whenever I joined, it was more on the lines of, you know, I could go to college, and I was planning on going to Benedict College, but I felt like I had a better opportunity joining the military and experiencing something different. I wanted to be an electrician, like, at first, but my brother, he was like, yo, man, we can do this buddy program, and, you know, we both go in, but we both got to be MPs. We can be like Starsky and Hutch. Avery told me that.
That's dope.
And so I was like, okay, man, so I got to finish school because I joined whenever I was in, like, 11th grade, 12th grade. So I was like, let me graduate, and then we can join together.
Right.
I didn't want to be an MP at first, you know, and so this joker kicked rocks. He was like, yeah, I'm about to join, you know. And it's like,
at 11th grade and stuff?
Well, no, Avery, he was like, he was already graduated and working, and he was like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm done with this job. I'm about to just go ahead and
you go off.
Yeah, and I was like, you're supposed to wait for me. We're supposed to go at the same time. And so
he said, it's good that
exactly. Beat feet, man. And so, you know, like, now I'm going into the military as an MP, and I was like, well, I don't know what the heck to do. And so I'm just like, man, I like Training Day. You know, Denzel, that's my favorite actor. Right. Or Denzel, that's how you really pronounce it.
Yeah, right.
But Denzel Washington is my favorite actor, and so Training Day, that's one of my favorite movies. You know, like
No, I felt that, bro.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what, I want to do the drug team stuff. I don't want to be crooked, but I want to experience, because he make it seem like, yo, anything can happen, you know what I'm saying?
No. So was that like, did it live up to that expectation?
It did. Like, the way that I got on the drug team was weird, because we came back from deployment, and I was going through the pre-quals of going to air assault school. So in Fort Bragg, or in my unit, they was like, okay, if you want to go here, we got to make sure you can pass the test. So go ahead and do this little pre-qual.
Right.
So I passed the pre-qual, and I was like, okay, I'm about to go to this air assault school. I'm sorry, where you rappel out of helicopters and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was going to go to air assault school, and then all of a sudden, they were like, Specialist Oliver. No, actually, Specialist Oliver. Sergeant Major want to see you. I was like, what? Oh, I'm in trouble now. Who said it? Who did? You know, I wasn't into no craziness back then, but I was nervous, because I'm like, yo, somebody done lied on my name. And I'm about to, exactly. And so went in this dude's office, and he was like, hey, so I seen you perform, and we got an opening on the drug team. I was like, what? The drug team leader?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, DST. I was like, so you want me to go to DST? I'm not saying you DST now, but go to the CRD building and you got an interview. And I was like, for real? Well, I could just pull the offer. And I was like, oh, well, let me go.
That's crazy. Yeah. So after that, like, what was like, I don't want to dig too much into it, you know what I mean?
It's okay.
But it's like, what was like some encounters you've had dealing with that? Like, did you experience anything crazy, or was it just like, normal little small bust or something?
Well, like, I came in at the right time, because as soon as I got in, they had just got alert of, it was an international steroid operation. Wow. And so there was a wife and husband, they were head of it. You know, they were like the ringleaders of this international steroid ring. Wow. And so they basically got all the drugs and stuff through the mail and stuff like that, and it was like something coming from, it was sent from China to dang on California, and then California to North Carolina, and you know, they was tracking everything. Right. And so the bus was crazy. Oh my goodness. I was on a stakeout, and I ain't never been on a stakeout before. I was like, this is something I wouldn't regularly, you know, think to do, because as an MP, a regular MP, you know, with no modifiers to your name or whatnot, you just patrol the base type stuff. Nah, I wasn't doing that. I was doing
over beyond. You were
exactly.
That's crazy.
And so we were working alongside I think it was either Spring Lake or Fayetteville Police Department type stuff. And so, like, you know, had regular clothes on or whatnot, and these people pulled up. Dude had like a Corvette. He was just smooth with it, you know. And his wife had a very expensive car too. They pull up in their dang on house. Team just pulled in and got them, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying the names or whatever, but it was interesting, because, like, man, they had a whole bunch of cars. Yeah. High value everything.
It just shows you never know what someone's doing, man.
For real.
And that's crazy, though, because, like, after that time period, were you like, this is it, like, I don't want to deal with this no more? Or was it just like a event that just, like, kind of got you out of it?
Well, with that, I kind of enjoyed it, because I got to experience and see things that, you know, people would normally.
No, yeah, that's why I'm curious, because I wouldn't stop doing that.
Nah,
especially with my nosy self.
I didn't stop doing it, man. Like, there's just so many things that I've witnessed, and it's like on a certain aspect of the law type stuff. Yeah. And so, like, that's why whenever I see law enforcement doing shady stuff, I'm just like, yo, you supposed to enforce certain stuff.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like,
and it's the opposite now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that, like, there should be ways, like, how would you want to fix it if you could?
To be honest, I personally don't believe I can change anything with the law enforcement, because that thing was created for one reason. It was a slave patrol, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, they got a boss, you know, and so if I want to change something, I got to go talk to the boss.
The boss of the boss.
Exactly, and it's a pyramid of that, you know, pyramid, and so, man. Like, and to be honest, if we're gonna go that route, you know, because I can go any route you want.
Yeah, no, I mean whatever you're comfortable with.
We can talk, but like, like if we want to go that route, I personally believe in King Kai, you know,
facts,
brethren, dang on brethren from another mother.
Shout out to King Kai.
Oh yeah, shout out to King Kai, yes sir. Dang on, we were coming up with this non-profit organization similar to the Black Panthers, right? Not the Black Panther, but it's very similar. You know, and so. We got the blueprint, man. We got the blueprint that'll change a lot of how things are ran. You know, when I say ran, I mean operated. You know, like
because it's crooked, bro. I don't care. I'm not afraid to say that, man.
Hey, we the people truth. Got a voice, man. We do, man. So you if you disarm the people. Who's gonna defend us? I can't.
That's where we're stuck at right now, man. There's so many of us, and we think because I'm not trying to sound rude or anything, but we think because we got guns, we can protect ourselves. Like no, we're really defenseless right now. Like we don't realize we would have to come together to be like a real big weapon. That's the weapon. You ever seen Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Everybody morphing together, yo. I'm telling you.
This big old machine.
Dude, dog. Like, it ain't gonna just be one person. It don't work like that. So, you know, I want to be, you know, sappy with it, but let's dig into a little bit after the military. So, after you got done with the military, is that when you kind of went into, you know, doing the massage or becoming a nurse and stuff like that? Or
well, okay, so this went back to deployment, you know, like I was like, man, you know, I just want to be a massage therapist, you know, I just want to, for some reason, I just like, something's telling me to be this greatest massage therapist in the world.
It's relaxing.
Exactly, you know, like I feel like I'm able to help people on a, you know, not
therapeutic level.
Exactly. You know, I'm just here to help you at the end of the day, you know. Like that's why I'm here right now. I'm here to help you, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I appreciate it, bro. It's been real so far,
man. Almost cursed.
No, you're good.
Most that, man. And like whenever I was deployed and like there was a whole bunch of sandstorms and stuff because I'm on the catwalk watching the detainees and all of this, and I'm like, man, you know what? This isn't what I want to do. I want to do something else. I know there's more to life, and I'm just like, man, I want to be a massage therapist because I want to help people. I want to make people feel good. I want to just impact their life in a positive way. You know, like everybody loves massages. You know, so facts. If I can
and needs them.
Exactly. How many? I was in the military for so long and I ain't got nothing but one massage, and I'm like, yo, that's why my body's jacked.
Yeah, right.
Anybody that's in the service, make sure you go get that body work done. You know, I'm talking about massage, full body massage. Make
the
that
whole karate chop.
Exactly. And my brother, he is just as good as I am. You know, Avery, yeah, he's dope. He work at the Hand and Stones out there. What's that on? What's that? Main Street. Anyways. Homie is good. All right.
That's a fact. Yeah. So that's cool. So even doing that, like, how was that process? Was it just like you came home, went into school? You know what I mean? How was that? Like, how'd you get into it? Did like you know?
Like, how'd I get into the?
Yeah, when you got home, like, did you or when you got back from deployment? Like, did you just like in the military and then just hop straight into it, or were you already starting it before while in the military?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nah, like the people there, well, some of the people there actually made fun of me for wanting to be a massage therapist. Like, man, you this hardcore dude. Man, that's gay. No, I know I don't mean, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they were just like, man, why would you want to do that? And it's like, yeah. I was like, you know, so they talked me out of it. And so I put that on the back burner. I was not thinking about it whatsoever.
Right.
And so time went on, you know, so after deployment, went on the drug team, did that for a little bit. Got orders to Korea, and Korea was fun. That's where I went to SWAT school. Like, they sent me to Hawaii, and I went to SWAT and sniper school. It was dope, you know, because that school is normally in like Fort Leonard Wood or something, but they did something different that time, and so we in Hawaii. So
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
I bet that was an adventure.
Man, look here. I've only been once. That was my only time, but I can't forget that. It was so impactful, you know, like the people there was awesome, the culture, the drinks, the islands, you know, the water.
Well, probably even training, you know, doing training was probably cool.
Man. Like, it was so relaxed. It was so easy to shoot, you know what I mean?
Probably feel like Modern Warfare.
Oh,
some
man.
real life Call of Duty. That's cool, though, man. So, like, during doing massage and stuff like that, were you just starting to write books, or was that just after massage?
I think it was after that. I think I didn't start writing until COVID kicked off in 2000.
So that gave you some time to like sit there and think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I wanted to ask, like, you know, just for some people that might not know, how were you able to be disabled better and stuff?
War.
Okay.
You know, war and.
Because that plays a factor on not just your life, but you mentally.
Man,
you know what I mean? Because like we were talking about earlier, you don't have that, you know, sometimes that person you want to talk to eventually.
Right.
So it's like, how's that been playing a role in your life?
Man, it has been very impactful. Like, I used to be this individual that always wanted to go out like we were talking about, Wednesday, Thursday, something was going Thursdays, Fridays, like, okay, turn up that, you know, Saturday, why not? Let's go. Even Sunday, you know, because we recover. The only way you recover is drink more. Yeah. And so
I've heard that so many times in my life.
Like, I've literally been drinking from like in the military. There's no stopping, you know, it's like always drinking, but it's like, why are you drinking this much? Because of the trauma that you're trying to suppress, you know, and so that stuff is real. And like, people joke about, like, you know, being tough and, you know, you got all this, go get help. You know, go get help. Mental health is very important. All right, I'm telling you.
Man. If y'all ever need anybody to talk to, do not be afraid to reach out to me or even him. Maybe
for real, I want to talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. A whole lot. I ain't stopping.
It's a fact, bro. I feel you. So like going through all this stuff that you've been through, man, like what is something that you always, you know, I kind of already asked earlier, but what is something you'll remember the most about all this, like when it's all said and done?
The brotherhood, man. The brotherhood is real. Like, I have brothers, right? Like, nobody can ever replace my brothers. Like, them is,
that's a fact,
right? But on a different aspect, that brotherhood that you get in the military, even with the females, you know, they're like your sisters, you know, and so, like, it's different. It's very close to how I am with my siblings, you know, and so I still talk to certain people to this day, you know, just to check up on them or whatnot, just to know that they're doing well. Like, yo, that hits hard, and so because I was like, I'm not gonna say locked in this mental institute, but motherfuckers tricked me. All right, it was like after I got into a little accident, it was like, yo, you're gonna recover in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's gonna have a nice mountain range. You're gonna be in a log cabin. You know, just painting this recovery place. Right. And I'm like, yo, okay, heck yeah. And what happened was I went to the dang hospital on base, and then these motherfuckers was like, okay, give me your shoestrings, your belt, and And I'm like, what? Threw me in this van, took me to this mental institute. And they intermingled us with, they took the people that had, was dealing with post-traumatic stress or whatever. They stuck us with the regular population type stuff, you know. And so that really messed me up because people aren't knowing what I'm going through, you know, and so dude's like, hey, my dad was in the military and he told us about the bombs, and you know, I'm just like, ain't nobody want to talk about that. It's just, you know? And so it was just a bad environment, you know, and so I didn't get the help that I really needed from there, and so that's what really messed me up. It was like, yo, I've been locked away with no phone calls until like X amount of time later. The unit didn't even know where I was at. Like, my whole unit got a whole dang on new change of command, and the dude was like, what? Whenever he came and finally meet me, it was toward whenever I was about to get out, and he was like, man, I didn't know you were here. Like, I heard about you, but I couldn't even.
I heard,
yeah.
You know.
And so I was like, nobody knew I was at. That's fucked up. You know, I'm in a whole ass detachment, and nobody knew I'm at.
Right.
And so, like, but everything played a role in my disability now, you know, and so I was able to get the help that I needed after I got out, and it took a while, and I'm still dealing with stuff, you know. And so,
but it seems like you're coping well, man. Like, I'm really proud of you for being able to be here right now and be able to, thank you for even expressing the feelings and the story behind that, because I know it's not as easy as it seems, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like your book came in. If y'all did not see it already, check it out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's where your book came in. Like, it helped you because you got a lot of pages in here. So, like, let's start off with that a little bit before I want to ask the final question. But, like, how was the book brought up about? And what is it about? So people don't, for some people that haven't read it yet, like, what could you say, like, a brief summary? Not too much, but just something to capture there.
Okay. Well, you know, it's about a planet that has been invaded by invaders, you know, and so they destroyed everyone, nearly everyone. And so the people that did survive, they were very resilient. And so within resiliency comes rewards, you know. And so let's just say the Supreme Being took a liking into the souls and how resilient this group of people were. And so what the Creator did, or the Supreme Being did, was, I'm going to take you out of this galaxy. I'm going to put you in your own galaxy. I'm going to, you know, do all of this for you. And so y'all can live and thrive in peace, because what y'all went through was
crazy.
Exactly.
That's cool, man.
And so
we don't gotta dig too deep. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I just want them to get like a little grasp. So
here's a reason why it's called the gene of the gods. So, like, what the Creator, or not the Creator, but the Supreme Being did was bless the royal family with the gene of the gods in order to protect the people on the planet. And so every few generations, the gene manifests inside one of the royal family members. And what they do is they have basically superpowers. You know, they can do a lot of things. And so the main character is a female. And I always want to empower women, you know, like, I know I might have my past. You know, everybody has a past whenever you're experiencing in life and stuff.
With
and
love,
so
too.
Exactly, puppy love, heartbreak, you know, we're all dealing with emotions when we're going through. So if I played you back in the day, I'm sorry. You gotta know the real me now. You know, like, the old me was young, dumb, and wildin', all right? Don't judge me now,
and we're all, you know, you learn from the past. That's the
I'm
part,
a good dude, I'm telling you. You might want to get to know me now. If not, you're going to be left in the past.
Hey, man, maybe you need to leave them in the past. They're in the past for a reason. Because you meet everybody for a reason. You know? Especially how we met, because I was meaning to talk about it earlier, but I met you, or re-met you at a crazy time period in my life, man. I was down, and then to even see what you were doing during that time was very inspirational, because I was like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't even know. Like, some people don't know. But it's just a beautiful outcome, bro. And I was going to ask you, so how long did it take you to write this? Was this just during the whole COVID time period, or was this like a couple months type deal?
Oh, no, it was a while.
Like during the whole time?
Well, not the whole time of COVID. Like, I finished probably in, like, I started at the end of 2019, finished towards the end of 2020, you know.
Okay.
And so...
Did you do like a release and stuff like that, or was it just...
Okay, so the funny thing about that is the company that I go through, I think it's on the back of it, Palmetto Publishing. That's who I go with. They're in Charleston, right on Rivers.
Okay.
And so... They do a little press release, you know, where they put all the information and then they send it to all these outlets and all these major bookstores like Books A Million. What's another one? Help me out.
I don't even know. I don't even read books.
The major bookstores. It's all right, but you got this.
I got this book,
exactly, man.
Where it starts.
But it's all over the place, sold globally. You know, I want this book to reach people, and I wanted to affect them in a positive way. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna say like it's a bad thing, but we all go through hard turmoil, bad everything, and the lowest of the lows. But the good thing about being so low is the only way is up. Rise the elevator.
This man read my mind, bro. I was just about to say. That's true though, man. That's some real stuff, bro.
Like, I was at my lowest point at times. I know you were, and other people are as well. And this book is a game changer. This will be made into a movie.
No, I definitely believe it.
And other books. I have more books out as well. There's one that's in the process of being made, or it's in the publishing company. I'm doing my little edits to the things that they edited, and so, or I'm approving the edits basically. And so it's for my military folks.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, my military folks gonna like this. I put them as characters. I got the approval. I was like, yo man, can I make you into a character?
Right.
One of my homies was like, yo man, just don't kill me so early. I was like, man, I ain't gonna do that. You don't care, man.
No, that's how it is though, man. It's always somebody that's the funniest or the best that dies first. But that's why movies suck now, man. So like, after all this, doing the books and stuff, like, what do you think is the next big goal? I know you were talking about movies and stuff, but like, what else is next?
Well, I also do music.
Okay.
Like, I create my own music. And
I heard you say something about on the track earlier.
Yeah, I'm messing up, because I'm always in my little booth or in my studio, and I be spitting on the mic, you know what I mean, doing my thing or whatnot. But I go with the music stuff. I just use this name right here, 𝙄𝙤𝙬𝙚𝙬𝙬. That's what I use.
That's what I noticed on Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that was the name that I found. Like, my pops always told me, like, when there's a lot of old folks around, he was like, and you're a little kid, man, you ain't nobody around here your age. Go find yourself. Go find somebody your age to go play with, And so go find yourself always stuck with me throughout my entire life. And so after my accident, I had, like I told you before, like, my memory was wiped. I didn't even know who the heck I was. And so I'm like, you know what, I got to figure this out. And so whenever I got out, I had to go find myself. And that right there is what I found. This name right here. My name is Ruben, but like, that's what my parents named me. Like, who am I as a being? Like, and this name right here, it describes me, power. Healing. And so, like, if you look up what the meaning of 𝙄𝙬𝙬𝙬, it'll be like, it'll bring you to like an Egyptian little page or whatever, and it's like healing arts and all of this. And I told you I wanted to be a massage therapist. Someone told me that, and so everything is aligning. Like, I want to heal people, I want to help people, and like, I feel like I have the power to do that.
You do.
And so,
you do.
And you do too, man.
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah,
exactly.
And you're already making an impact, man. Because like, I've been following you for a while, and I see what you be posting and stuff. It's some funny stuff, but also some real stuff.
Exactly.
So, dude, man, that's crazy. I was gonna ask you though, before we even like end this off or anything, but when you wake up every single day, can you always be Ruben? Can you always be yourself?
Man, there's no other person to be but myself. You know
that's
what I mean? And so every morning I wake up, and I'm my granny's caregiver, and that is basically teaching me discipline. And so I love my granny is number one. You know what I'm saying? My parents up there, and my wife's up there, but I gotta look out for her, because she got dementia, Alzheimer's and stuff, and she can't take care of herself. And I'd be damned if I let somebody else do it. That's not, family. So it's like, who else better take care of her than family, And I got all this medical background, and I want to help people. Shit, if I can't help my granny, then how am I going to help people?
No, that's a fact, man. Because I know she probably helped you your whole life, man.
Man, look,
grandma's special.
She whooped my butt into submission, So,
but look at you now, man. You got a book. You're making music. You've recovered from a lot of traumatizing things. As I don't mean to say it like that, but it's some real deal, And
resiliency is the key, my man, and you got it too. We both are resilient.
Definitely, man.
Everybody, dig deep and find your resiliency, because that is the key.
It is, man. And consistency.
That as well. That as well. Consistency. You got to be consistent with being resilient, because if you're just resilient, you can quit. You can be like, I'm burnt out. be consistent. That's a game changer. I'm telling you. And like with these books, I can't stop. I can't stop writing. You know,
that's a really good thing.
Exactly.
Because that means you got a lot in store for not just me, but for you guys. You know.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything else you want to touch base on?
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot. I want to get this. I don't even want. This is going to be a movie. We're gonna manifest that because it is that important. And the music that I make, man, it's gonna be like background music to
That's
the thing.
That's gonna be dope, man. You got the whole set, man.
Exactly.
Like you got the script, you got the music, and you got the knowledge to be able to put it all together. You know, because there's no way you get a book like this, man, and not no connections, bro. That's crazy.
Right, man.
But other than that, man, dude, thank you for coming on. It's been really dope, bro. I can't wait for you to come on next year. Like I was saying earlier, I'm bringing you back on. We're going to see the progression. We're going to either see you downgrade to everything, you know. We're going to dabble and see more books. And hopefully a little bit more, you know, in depth about the movie and stuff like that. But other than that, Ruben, thank you for hopping on, bro. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Remember, stay true to yourself, and the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. Nobody else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day and grind and want it. I love every single one of you guys. Stay true to yourself. Peace.
And more hair grease.
More hair grease.